Recently I've played some pretty interesting first person action games. BPM bullets per minute mixed blasting with rhythm, Ghost Runner swapped gun for katana and cover for momentum, and Super Hot Mind Control Delete took precision gunfights to another level. So when I saw the trailer for Severed Steel, a game from Greylock Studio that essentially cherry-picks elements from all three and more besides, I was intrigued. Upon first launching into it though, I was decidedly nonplussed for a good half an hour. I couldn't hit anything I aimed for, I died a lot, and the aesthetic felt a little dry and barren. Fast forward roughly 30 minutes and I couldn't have told you what the hell had been wrong with me in the first instance. I was approaching Severed Steel like it was a clone of Ghost Runner or Superhot, and it's neither. Yes, it requires a lot of momentum, and yes, it flashes instructions up on the screen with the air of someone yelling at a foreign waiter in English, but it's very much its own thing.
Hey, Adam from GodIsAGeek.com here. Sorry to interrupt, but if you wouldn't mind just hitting the big old subscribe button and maybe the bell to notify you of every new video we release, we'd be really grateful. Thank you so much and enjoy the video.
Your mysterious one-armed protagonist is a badass of the highest order. I gave up trying to work out exactly what she was trying to achieve and just settled for vengeance of some sort, and possibly some aspirin to counteract the relentlessly aggressive soundtrack. You're given instructions at the start of each bite-sized stage, such as kill them all and power up the fan, and once your objective is complete you'll be smacked in the face with get out and off you go. It doesn't go all meta and existentialist like Superhot. Severed Steel just wants you out of one room and into another as quickly as possible, preferably leaving some bodies behind. It peppers these rooms with rather adorable heavily armed killing machines who frankly don't stand a chance against you once you've got the rhythm locked down and you've stopped sliding yourself off ledges. The game doesn't even pretend that they're a credible threat, as they audibly shit bricks as you go barrelling at them like a big gun made out of other guns. If you're unarmed, you'll scoop up the first firearm you get close to, and when it's empty you'll yeet it directly at the nearest forehead before you grab another. You can double jump, wall run, slide and dive, all of which are classed as stunts, and when performing stunts you cannot be harmed, so the trick is to chain as many as possible. You should always be stunting, which combines with the bullet time to make you feel like an unstoppable badass. On lower difficulties the bullet time is infinite and makes each stage a bit of a cakewalk. Higher difficulties limit your resources and increase enemy damage however, but even if you fail, each level is so small and compact that you won't feel frustrated. There's a couple of standout moments though. One of my favourites was fighting through a pair of side-by-side speeding trains, hopping from one to the other to stay alive. The aesthetic though is probably not going to appeal to everyone. It's all bright neon lights against dark backdrops, and rooms often don't feel like rooms in a real place, they feel like mini arenas to shoot people in while running on the walls. As a result, it's difficult to feel grounded in the world or invested in what passes for a story. Instead, you'll just follow those instructions and keep on blasting and laughing. Objectives usually involve blowing things up, either with the tools provided or the cannon grafted onto your left arm that can melt holes in the walls. Severed Steel is not a subtle game, and frankly, I'm here for it. If you're so inclined, you can also have a crack at the level editor, which functions well enough thanks to that low rent voxel art style. Being about as artistically minded as a first year art college student, I didn't dabble much with the editor. As usual though, the potential is there for some incredible community made design. It's straightforward enough to use, and if you happen to get bored with the running and gunning of the campaign, you can create your own levels for a bit of variety. It's not all gravy though. For a game about throwing yourself around the environment, Severed Steel is genuinely lacking in its sense of weight. Different surfaces offer the same traction, which is to say none, and there's little real heft to your movements. The double jump feels like you're bobbing on some kind of updraft, and the dive looks and feels no different to the slide. It doesn't exactly ruin the fun of course, but the sense of weight is conspicuous by its absence. But with destructible environments, and you can pretty much blow holes in almost everything, frenetic action, over-the-top physics and a soundtrack that rarely takes a breather, Severed Steel is an enjoyable, cathartic experience sure to appeal to any fans of frantic, brutal first-person adventures, and for that reason I'm going to score it an 8 out of 10. Hi there, Mick here. Hope you enjoyed that review of Severed Steel. It's currently out on PC, but it's also available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. If you like the review, please hit like and subscribe, maybe tag that bell icon too so you're kept up to date with everything we post. And if you want to support us via Patreon, you can go ahead and do that. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. In the meantime, I've been Mick Fraser for GIAG, and you guys have been lovely. Bye.